Holy shit. We are live. Wow. Could you imagine? I have asthma too. If I didn't have asthma, how good would that be? Man. Impressive stuff. Impressive.
It's pretty good.
I'm feeling good tonight. How about you?
I got a cold, bro.
Oh,
That's really why I didn't come over.
Hate to see it. Hate to see the big man get absolutely just in rough shape.
I'm not going to bitch about it too bad.
It's okay.
You know how it goes. This whole area.
Oh, yeah.
It's just fucking annoying, dude.
Been doing a lot of raw honey. Raw honey is apparently, if you get it locally, then it actually helps with allergies.
Really?
Yep. Because of the pollen.
Babe, raw honey.
Raw honey here locally. There's some great
raw
places out in Mesa that have raw honey.
We can probably exchange some info offline.
Yeah, we will. Truck Golfer says, good evening. Run PMC throws in a little golf emoji. Run PMC, haven't seen you in a hot minute, so it's great to have you on. Appreciate it. Good old Ben Hogan, 1953, over at Twitter. Good old X says, good evening. Good evening. I'm pumped for tonight's episode. I really am. We're going back to the beginning with all of this. Me and Butsy, we are just going to be dialed in tonight. So, Butsy, be well, my friend. There you go.
Appreciate that very much, Ben.
Good old Ben Hogan from 1953. It's almost like Kim Jong-un when he joins us. It's always nice.
Might be a time traveler. That'd be pretty fucking cool.
Just
imagine Ben in the audience smoking a dart, wearing some cool looking clothes.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Oh, man. And we've got some fresh gear, too. If you guys haven't seen on our Instagram either.
Dude.
Look at Butsy's gear. Oh, you got the Nomi shirt on. I almost wore that tonight.
It's so good.
Buddy.
And the shorts, bro.
Oh, the shorts. I've got the shorts, too. Hang on.
Look at that. That's what I do when I put on shorts. I do a kick. You got to test them out for dexterity and ninja ability.
Yeah, if you guys are sleeping on these shorts, if you don't get these shorts, because they are absolutely phenomenal. They're part of the Journey to Georgia collection over at Devereaux Golf. So we'll be getting into that into the show. We've also got a lot on the agenda tonight. So you ready? Let's do this damn thing.
Yeah.
Let's get it going.
Did we get Smalls on here tonight? Did you talk to him?
I did talk to, no, I have not heard from him. So,
okay.
Yeah, I believe he is busy. So no Smalls on. We'll clue you guys more into that as things come along. Mm-hmm. We will certainly be talking about the Grass League and an update there as well, Trot. So you will get answered here in just a few minutes because it's one of our very first segments outside of the tee-off report. So we're going to get this kick started. All of you know who have watched this before that normally we dick around for the first couple of minutes. We're about 4 minutes in. We're about 3 minutes late. So we might as well get going here. So in 3, 2, 1, welcome back, everybody, to Pull Hook Golf, the podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cook. Tonight, we've got the Butsy with us as well, and we've got an awesome show for all of you. We've got the tee-off report with Butsy to kick it off. As I choke in the middle of that. We've also got a update on the Grass League. Some major breaking news, folks. So we'll be covering that. We've got the Texas Children's Houston Open that happened this past weekend. We're going to recap that bad boy. Then we've got the upcoming Valero Texas Open. And I share it every year, but it's a really cool story about the Valero and what happens with the winner from the Valero. So we'll be getting into that as well. Now, lastly, we will cover the as I mentioned, the upcoming Valero Texas, but we will also cover the road to Augusta. That's where we make some predictions. We kind of kick off Augusta week because realistically, let's face it, it's kind of like a girl's birthday when the Masters comes around, they get 2 weeks of just our attention. So we're going to kick it off on this very episode. And we've got some news around the Augusta National Masters episodes coming next week to everybody, which is going to be pretty cool as well. Before we do kick off, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors, good old Devereaux Golf, folks. That's what I'm rocking tonight as part of the Journey to Georgia collection.
Got the little
Butsy's got it on too.
Tool style logo.
Butsy, you want to turn around real quick and just show everybody the Nomi shirt? I know you showed it once already, but now that we're doing the podcast, here we go. Do it for the Nomies, folks. He's got a shirt on from Devereaux that has a little gnome, like a garden gnome, on his shirt. Cover. Yes. There it is, the driver cover. Well, I'm going to be getting one of those right here soon. I actually forgot it today, so I'm going to be going back over to Devereaux to pick that up tomorrow. Already reached out to the guys. Oh, geez, and the putter cover too. Are you kidding me?
And
Are you absolutely kidding me?
Milwaukee tool style, right, with the color there.
That's so cool.
Real sick stuff.
So cool. So the gnomes are in play. And once again, I've got the collection on right now. And these shorts that Butsy and I are wearing from that collection, they're nice, they're roomy, they're breathable. I was telling them, I was like, man, I normally wear Viore on the golf course with shorts. I'm so glad you guys came out with some shorts for the season. And sure enough, they were like, oh, these are breathable. You're going to love them. Sure enough, I absolutely love them. But folks, enough of us kind of ranting and raving about it. Go get yourself some Devereaux golf gear at devereauxgolf.com. That's golf.com. And folks, utilize the promo code PullHookGolf20 at checkout for 20% off your entire order. That's PullHookGolf20 at checkout for 20% off your entire order. By being one of our audience members, we absolutely appreciate you. Want to make sure we, in turn, hook you up with some awesome gear. The first tee-off report here with good old Butsy is where we're going to start tonight's episode. And Butsy, you know, you are a pro's pro when it comes to being on the golf course and being able to get into the flow state. And I'm not just talking about the natural flow state. I'm talking about the drunken flow state. Sure. So what's the best advice you have for the drinking golfer that is trying to get into that drunken flow state?
Gosh, I get this question a lot more than I probably should. People rely on me for this. I don't know if that's a good thing, but it's something that I guess I've gotten pretty good at over the last few years here.
You're a gem out there.
Yeah, I would say it's a gear change. It's a mental change. And as we all know, there's a fine line between too much, right? It's overstepping that, and that's body weight, and that's history, and like how much you're able to consume. Obviously, if you're 140 pounds, you're probably not going to drink the same amount as me to get there. But there's a point that the brain stops worrying about a negative result. That's what I would say. There's a point where, and you don't even really notice it happen, but it happens, and your swing frees up, and you're really just having a good time. And I guess that would be the flow state. You're present. You're not worried. There's no thoughts coming into your brain about what could go wrong. I would say is probably the place to get. And then you got to stay there. And that's where it becomes a very fine art, because you can fall below again and start worrying, or you can go too far. And as we know, the second that motor function breaks down, it doesn't matter if you're worried about or not. You can't do shit. Now you're hitting behind the golf ball, and you're not helping yourself out at all. So, yeah, a nice light buzz. And I would say just paying attention to where you're at mentally. If you're no longer worried about a bad outcome, that's the flow state.
Gotcha. And let's assume that it's just alcohol. How much should somebody drink? Now, everybody's different, obviously. But give us a feel for how many beverages would you say would it take for you to get into the flow state? And then if you start falling out of the flow state,
hang on a sec.
What do you think?
I haven't had any dinner yet. Well, so
Is that kind of like the pocket taco, but a sandwich? Pocket
this
pocket
is a quick
sandwich?
sandwich. I just fucking starving now. Um. Anyway, for me personally, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, you personally, like how many does it normally take for you to find yourself in that flow state?
I would say probably if we're drinking. I like high noons. They're not too filling. You can drink them all night, especially out at grass clippings. Probably seven. Seven's probably the magic spot. And then after that, when you get to like 8, 9, 10, the limit's probably 10 or 11, like for the rest of the night. So you race to 7, and then you kind of just slowly sip and enjoy yourself
Mm.
and start playing some golf.
So there's where the real tip is, right? You
Yeah,
find yourself kind of in that flow state and then you slow it down. That is the key,
exactly.
folks, to making sure you remain in the flow state. Because if you start falling out of the flow state and you don't have a variety of tactics out there, and you're just sticking to alcohol, then I really feel like you've got to kind of dwindle it down in terms of the consumption side. Is that right?
Yeah, and then guys out there that are mixing it up, like I'm not a weed guy. I don't do any drugs. It's just strictly the booze. But that's where you run into just some real compound things there. And I've seen it before
Oh,
where
I've seen
people,
it too.
yeah, you get crossfaded out there, and like it's not, you might think that you're in the flow state and you're in the fucking no state. Uh, so yeah,
Love that. So there is your advice, folks. Butsy's advice on getting into the flow state with drinking a little bit of booze. All right. Let's
so,
keep it going. And by the way, folks, you must be 21 years or older. Please drink responsibly. Let's get into the grass league news that we have here, Butsy, because this is pretty sweet. We were out there not that long ago, and good old Botsy. We got Botsy in front of the right people, and sure enough, the open qualifier for the Grass League is going to feature who there, Botsy? Oh, the one, the only, the Butsy is going to be playing in the open qualifier for the Grass League in order to potentially get picked up by a team. Who are you playing with?
we spent some time with Phoenix United the past couple days. We were out there for a little private deal on Sunday evening, playing with all the guys. It was teed up, play your own ball type deal, and then a little team meeting last night. I can't get into the details of the official roster, but yeah, it's looking like your boy might be teeing it up out there. So yeah,
Woo-hoo-hoo.
there's still some stuff to do. I got to play with one of the guys on the team here in the open qualifier the day before the draft, but that's about the extent of that. That's all I'll share on that. It's looking good. So
Love that. Do you want to share
come
your
out and
partner
watch.
during it?
What's that?
Do you want to share who you're partnered up with?
His name is Carlos.
Not Carlos from The Hangover, folks. The little
No.
baby with the sunglasses.
Yes, I think it's Carlos Ramirez, maybe. Yeah, something like that.
Close.
I met him a couple nights ago. He's super cool. We jive really well. He's a righty that plays a draw. I'm a lefty that plays a draw.
Oh.
Just a combination of it's like two keys fitting together. So, yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna get hot.
Yeah, Trot. We're saying there's a chance. There's a really good chance.
Better than good chance. Yeah.
Yeah. Butsy is going to be teeing it up in the Grass League. So huge news. We're really excited for it and can't wait for that to get kickstarted. In regards to my game, I have the chipping yips full on. So
What?
Oh yeah.
What's going on, bro?
I played with a buddy that I haven't played with in like 6 months over the weekend. And he goes, when did that happen? And he saw me like on hole number 2 at Mountain Shadows. I chipped over the green, chipped back over, chunked one, ran it right through. So that was pretty exciting stuff on my behalf that I full on have the chipping yips. So very beautiful, very great. Trot, I might come out and see you, buddy. Do you think how sick would that be if Trot Golfer can fix my chipping yips?
I believe he can.
Are you up to the task, Trot? That's
You
what
might
I want
have to have a hand rolled filterless cigarette to do so. But
because if I can get past the chipping yips, the swing right now is actually pretty good. I shot 3 under on the back at Mountain Shadows because I didn't miss a green. Actually, I think I missed one green and I made a bogey. It's basically, if I miss a green, it's an auto bogey. Trot says he can cure me. That is awesome. He also says congrats to Butsy. So some big news out of the Bull Hook Golf Camp. And everybody's rooting for you, Butsy. I will certainly be out there cheering you on. I might even, who knows? If I can. Are there caddies out there?
Yeah.
I think there are.
Yeah, my brother.
Brother's already on it.
Yeah, he's got the bib and the whole
there you
nine,
go. Love it.
Yeah, so
keep it in the family,
we got to be doing some invites though to have people out to fucking. We need some people out there drinking beer, following us around, and going nuts for this thing. So, yeah.
Trot says he's at the golf course all day tomorrow. I might come out and visit you, buddy.
Do it.
Yeah, I got to pick up the little Nomi over at Devereux, go across town maybe, but we shall see. Now, let's get into the Texas Children's Houston Open, and let's recap this bad boy that occurred over the weekend. Min Woo Lee, everybody.
Min Woo.
Welcome to the show, bud. I mean, he obviously is really hit it off as an influencer on social media. He's charismatic. All the kids love him. I mean, Min Woo Lee is, let him cook, baby. Just let him cook. And last week I was like, this is a golf course that sets up really, really well for Min Woo Lee. However, I didn't think he was ready. Remember? Like, I was just like, but I don't know if he's ready to win on the PGA Tour yet.
You did. And
he certainly showed us that he is 100% ready to win. However, he almost gave it up. So I don't know how much you watched of this, Butsy, but on the back nine, he got to the par 5, which is an easy par 5, but there's water on the right.
I saw that.
He ends up cutting it and didn't even get over land. That was a tough thing.
He
had to re-tee.
Oh, did he really re-tee it?
Yeah.
I didn't see that part. I saw the 80-yard slice into the water, but
yep.
Yeah.
And so at that point, Scotty Scheffler, I think, was 3 back. Scotty ends up missing his eagle putt, makes birdie, and Min Woo ends up bogeying the hole. So pretty good. I mean, he would have birdied it if he had played that normal, right, without the water ball. And so all of a sudden, 2-shot swing. And he's only got a 1-shot lead. Scotty does not pull it out at the end. Min Woo Lee does, though. He misses the green on 18, and he ends up knocking it to about a foot. And do you love the showmanship from him doing the aim point when it was a 1-foot putt?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Isn't that dope?
Yeah.
Like, I saw that. And he made Scotty Scheffler laugh. Who makes Scotty Scheffler laugh?
Nobody.
Not many people. Yeah. So good on you, Min Woo Lee. This is going to, I hate to say it, but like, he was so well known without a win. Like, we've seen this before. This could catapult him into the stratosphere. If he gets another win this year, like, is he all of a sudden the biggest name in golf?
He's a guy. Then he's a guy. Like, he's arrived. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've been kind of waiting on that, though. He's been kind of chilling on that bubble for a minute, right? So
he's so talented. Him and his sister. I mean,
Yeah,
his sister is one on LPGA.
I've been seeing a ton of early stuff of him that people have been posting on Instagram, right? Like when he was like 18 playing with, whoever, and absolutely murdering the golf ball. Then obviously he's been good for a long time, but he's been good for a long time.
Yeah, and as Trot Golfer mentions, he can't find a wide enough golf course, which is accurate. He plays aggressive, but he is a little bit all over the place because he goes so hard at it, and he's such a small dude. Like, he's skinny as shit. Like, he's tall, but he's so skinny and just thin. I don't think he's really built out yet in terms of size, and so he just spins out, and that's what happened on that par 5 to where he hit it in the water. His lower body just spun out completely. His hands never had a chance to catch up, which one of the greatest of all time, or the greatest of all time, Tiger Woods, had that same exact problem. Yeah. Have you ever been given a drill? This is a good question for you. Have you ever been given a drill that you can't stand from an instructor?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
I think it's the same one that Butch gave Tiger, and I know you know what I'm going to say, and it's the pause drill, and that is it's just not fun. It's not comfortable to
It's
even
not.
attempt it. It's very hard to do.
It
It
is.
doesn't feel good, and you don't have any power. And but even that little bit of work, it does sync you up. Yeah.
I would like to see Minwoo really working on that. And I would actually love to see Minwoo go to Butch. I don't know if
Oh, yeah.
he's been there or not, because there's a lot of guys, by the way, that go to Butch just to have Butch like look at their golf game, even if they're with another instructor and so forth. I mean, shit, when I was there, we used to have Phil coming through and he was with Rick Smith at the time. So it was like, hey, everybody, hush, hush. We don't want to cause any, like, ruffle any feathers, or that we're stealing Phil or anything like that. I feel
Yeah.
like that was more of a thing back in the day, more so than it is today. We really don't hear about it that much. Like, oh, this coach is stealing this player.
Yeah. No.
I feel like I'm losing this mic. It keeps falling
Sounds good.
downwards. Yeah, we're solid. It was a makeshift studio setup tonight. So with that said, the drill is, by the way, folks, you get to the top of your backswing and you stop everything. And then you allow your hands to work down, and then your lower body can go. Tiger used to hate it. Love to see Minwoo at least start to do this and get it really synced up, because just such a talent. I do know, like, his short game and stuff, I was always kind of critical of, especially on more difficult greens. But I will say, man, he was very, very impressive this week. And I've got no knock on him whatsoever right now. I think that he's ready. He's there. And who knows? He could be somebody that surprises us at a place like Augusta National. We shall see, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scotty Scheffler, Gary Woodland.
It was really
What's
cool.
he's hanging in.
Yeah, this fucking sucks. But no, it was awesome to see Woodland play as good as he did, man. I think that was huge for him. And yeah.
Big confidence builder for Gary Woodland. Obviously, most people know that he went through brain surgery and was away from the tour, didn't know whether he was going to live or not. And so ends up coming back. And last year he had a strong year, but he hasn't really been towards that winner circle side. He hasn't been up there at the top of the leaderboard. And sure enough, this past week he was. And by the way, how he ended up in second place, this is insane. He went birdie, eagle, par, birdie to finish. That's nuts. And he stuffed on the 18th hole. He stuffed like a 6-iron from like 200 yards. Absolutely
like 2 feet,
phenomenal.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just absolutely epic stuff out of Gary Woodland. Scotty Scheffler, he's almost back, folks. Like, I say this, and I was talking with Bert over at Devro today about it, and he's like, I just can't see anybody other than, Scotty. He's back in form. He's ready to go. And I felt the same way. I'm like, because they were asking me, they're like, who you got for the Masters? We'll get into that in a little bit. But Scotty Scheffler being back in form is a scary thing. And the putter's starting to work. Like, things are just starting to click. A few weeks back, we had Matt Gannon on from Viserix. I think it's Viserix. That's the gambling company that does all the AI work and everything. And he goes out and walks the golf courses. And sure enough, he was talking about that at the Players. He's like, Scotty Scheffler, seeing him in the practice round, he is just absolutely dialed. So practice round to the tournament didn't really carry over completely. But now we're starting to see it carrying over into tournaments. Like, he's got enough reps. His game is good enough right now in terms of his form. And that's something I always look for heading into Augusta National is, okay, whose game is in form? Because you can't miss shots by that much out there unless you have just a ridiculous short game.
Yeah.
So that being said, Scotty Scheffler, Gary Woodland, they are on our list in terms of keeping an eye on those guys. Did you happen to catch the post-round interview with Rory McIlroy?
I did not. Yeah, I did not. What did he have to say?
So he talked about the fact that he's kind of moving into, he's moving into form. He feels good about his game and everything, but then he kind of dropped a bomb towards the end. He said he's dealing with some elbow pain. Oh. He's going to get some work done on that.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
So it's funny. I will say conspiracy wise, put on your tin cap for a second. I think he said it to get under the radar a bit, to like get everybody away from being like, Rory's playing great heading into the Masters. You know, he's one of the top guys to pick. I don't think that's necessarily going to change, but that if you want to get the tin cap on for a minute, he might drop in a little something like that. Oh, you know, the elbow's hurting a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to get a little bit of the heat off.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Rory does look good though. And I was saying too, I'm like, just personally, like with my crystal ball at the beginning of the year, remember I said, I feel like Rory's going to have a massive year. I think, well, we'll see. We'll get into that in our last segment here tonight. Austin Whittington says he will get the plasma injections in the elbow and be fine. Trot says, is Rory looking more like an LPGA player? I don't think they can hit it that far, Trot. Those girls, some of them hit it pretty damn far, though. That's for sure. Let's talk about the Valero Texas Open that's upcoming this week before we get to the topic we really want to talk about, which I'm itching to get to, which is the road to Augusta. But the Valero Texas Open, last year's winner, remember Akshay Bhatia ended up getting into the Masters this way. So last year he won the Valero, and keep in mind, he did it in a playoff win over Denny McCarthy. Denny McCarthy's been close a couple times this year so far. And I've also said about him, he hasn't seemed super comfortable under pressure in the final round towards the top of the leaderboard or in the lead. However, you get there enough times, you're eventually going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Somebody to watch out for. Last year, Rory McIlroy finished third. He's obviously not playing this year, but that being said, Rory's name pops up yet again. The private jet to Augusta National for the winner. This is where the coolest story from the Valero is that the winner of this golf tournament gets a spot in Augusta National. This is the last chance, right? But if they win, Valero has a private jet that goes right from Houston, right over, over in San Antonio. Wait, is it? Yeah, sorry. San Antonio, straight to Augusta National.
That's
How
dope.
sick is that?
It's
And
fucking
I've
awesome.
heard that it is decked out too. So it's got drinks, it's got food, like they take care of the winner, and you just hop on over to the fucking Masters. How sick
That's
is
so
that?
cool. Yeah.
When I would lose it, like I would just be like, I'd start crying on 18 before my final putt even went in, just knowing that I get to go on the private jet and I get to go to the Masters.
Oh God, I would eat all the food on the plane. For sure.
I love it.
Squirt condiments all over the place, make a fucking mess. For sure.
Don't over squeeze that mayonnaise packet.
No, just because I could,
sure.
I fucking spray it everywhere.
Spray it like it's champagne.
All over the fucking place. Sorry.
So the Valero takes place at TPC San Antonio on the Oaks course, which it's a par 72, yardage is 74.38. Here's what I know about this, because in years past, having Bobby on and so forth as we kind of led into the Masters, and Bobby Brown being the PGA Tour caddy previously, and he would always tell me about this golf course, that this was an iron player golf course. So if you're good with your irons, you're probably going to be up there towards the top, which if you look at previous winners, Corey Connors, who is a hell of an iron player, he's won this, I believe, twice. I think this is the tournament that he's won twice. I think he's won 3 times overall, potentially. Trot can check that one out for me. But yeah, Corey Connors has won this golf tournament. And last year, like I said, Denny McCarthy was up there. Akshay Bhatia, who happens to be a really good iron player as well. So
Really good iron player.
Yeah, and here's the cool thing. Betting odds. Ludwig Oberg, hell of an iron player, plus 1,200. Corey Connors, Tommy Fleetwood, plus 1,600. So Corey Connors is up there. Like, these odds makers know. Patrick Cantlay's plus 1,800. Jordan Spieth and Hideki Matsuyama at plus 2,200. Keegan Bradley, Akshay Bhatia, plus 2,500. Denny McCarthy, plus 3,000. Siwoo Kim, Daniel Berger plus 3,500, Tony Finau plus 4,000, Keith Mitchell, Tommy Kim plus 4,500, Maverick McNeely and Sam Burns plus 5,000, Sam Stevens, Bud Colley, Gary Woodland, Ben Griffin, and JT Poston plus 5,500, Harry Hall plus 6,000. That rounds out through the 6,000 mark like we normally do. But Potsy, who you liking this week out there? Who's your iron player that you want to roll with?
I've just been waiting for this guy to come down from the mountain with the commandments. I'm going with the Stormin' Mormon, Tony Finau.
Oh my. Okay. Well, you do know he's got a putt, right? Like you still have to put the ball in the hole.
He's like, he could win, and somebody's gonna post that bet slip and be very happy about it. So
I love it.
Yeah,
I love the pick. I would, yeah, he is somewhat due. You know, as I look through this list in particular of just the top guys, betting odds wise, like I am leaning hard, and I'm rooting more so for this player to finally break through. I kind of alluded to it before. Denny McCarthy. I'm going with Denny McCarthy this week. He's been close multiple times this year. He's had a great finish here last year, getting into a playoff. And I just feel like this is the type of tournament that Denny McCarthy will win. And because he had really good experience last year in finishing second in a playoff to Akshay Bhatia, I think that confidence is going to be there as well. And come Sunday, he's been there enough, and he is one of the best. I think he's the best putter on tour. So I'm going to go with Denny McCarthy. I don't even know if it's close.
Do the stats back it up?
That's a great question. Trot golfers going with Bud Colley. That's becoming a home favorite here at Pull Hook Golf. We've had David Geese on, who is his caddy, and we do love some Bud Colley. So I love that, Trot, you're going with Bud on this one. What about Corey Connors there, Trot? Can we find out, has Corey Connors won only twice, or has he won 3 times? I know he's won this tournament twice. So if you could confirm that for us, that would be awesome. But yeah, Denny McCarthy, and by the way, stats wise, let's see.
Yeah, I'd be curious. You said it's not even close.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's not close. Let's see, putting.
He's that good of a putter? Searching.
Strokes gained putting. He's 17th right now.
Ooh.
For strokes gained putting. Interesting. Nico Echeverria is actually at the top right now. Over 31 measured rounds. Denny McCarthy has 32 rounds. But yeah, he's in 17th. So maybe not the greatest putting season.
Does that change your perception a little bit?
No, just because with the eyeball test, like he is one of the absolute best putters on tour. So Trot Golfer just said Corey Connors only has the 2 wins, and they're both at Valero. So that's why Corey Connors is up towards the top there. But again, I really like Denny this week.
Oh, fucking.
Now, just like usual, I'll say I absolutely am obsessed with somebody for a given week, and they won't make the cut. That's how golf is. So love that. Let's get to the road to Augusta, our final segment of the evening. I know we're going to keep this one a little bit on the shorter side just because you're not feeling the greatest. I can see it. Poor guy. And sure enough, we will end up talking about a little bit of the road to Augusta here. Tiger Woods tore his Achilles, Jeff Mossbrucker. Yes, he did. And Tiger's not going to be playing this year. Tiger pulled a little April Fools today. I don't know if you saw that on Twitter there, Botsy, but
I sure did.
Yeah.
It's just like
Tiger trying to pull a fast one on people, which we pulled one today ourselves, where we said breaking news: Grant Horvat has received a Masters invite due to the fact that as an apology, the PGA Tour forced the Masters to provide him with a special invite because of the suspension. And we got literally blasted. Like, some people were like, this is fake news. Somebody's like, typical moron shit from you guys. I'm just like, yep, absolutely, because it is April Fool's. So some people even retweeted it. It was quite interesting to see all of that take place today. I was just like, why not? You know, good old April Fool's joke never hurt nobody.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah, shoot.
In the audience, don't say something. Somebody will say something stupid. When you got the head gunk and the throat hurts, and you lay down at night and it's just just awful, right? Like breathing through a straw. Any remedies? Any secret wives' tales? Any fucking witch's brew that you'd recommend outside of just slamming a half a bottle of Jack? I'm not doing that.
Have you ever done apple cider vinegar? And
No.
taken 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. My Scottish buddy said that cures everything, and I've done it. It has helped. Also, for the show, when I've lost my voice, I have used hot water, honey, and lemon.
Okay, so like a hot toddy kind of, but like
almost, but just water. No. But
booze.
People really think the whiskey is what helps with the hot toddy.
Yeah, I mean, NyQuil, right? It's got all that shit. Okay, sorry to get on a tangent there. I'm just looking for some sort of. I just want to be able to fucking sleep tonight.
I hear you. I would go. Well, if you can't get to a store, I don't know.
I can get there.
Yeah. Apple cider vinegar, honey, local honey.
Local?
And, local.
You don't want any fucking Arabic bees.
Kyle over at Car Bar
legs.
Guys joins us. The new bionic legs. Is that you? You got new bionic legs there, Butts?
I think he's talking about Tiger, who, according to the internet, had his legs cut off today and replaced with electromagnetic metal ones.
Isn't it crazy that there is, like, Tiger is still the needle mover? Even though we're 6 years removed from the Masters win, which was what almost everybody felt like, oh, this is the last time. This is the last time we're going to see Tiger win a major. Yeah. And it was just that incredible. I mean, shit, dude. I had tears in my eyes watching Tiger win in 2019.
Oh, I almost crashed my car. I was listening to it, and then I had to watch it, and it was on my phone, and I was like overcome with emotion. Yeah. Yeah, it was something special. But I feel like people are fiending for Tiger to do something. I think a lot of people tuned into the TGL because of Tiger. I mean, it always kind of tipped upwards in terms of viewership when Tiger was playing. Yeah. And so I don't know, man. I just don't know if we're ever going to see him again, but I have doubted him in the past to where I'm like, dude, this guy can't even sit in a freaking poker chair. Yeah. Like to play poker or blackjack, let alone go out and play in a golf tournament. But he's had so many fusions of his back and everything. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I mean, the Achilles is a tough one. He needs to reach out to Casey Martin and see how they structured that deal so he can just cruise around in that little cart.
I don't think him and Casey Martin are on good terms.
No?
You don't remember? Casey Martin was trying to get an exemption for a cart in the U.S. Open in order to play.
Oh, and Tiger
was like, absolutely not. Like, I do not agree with this whatsoever. It is part of the game that you have to walk.
Yeah, so he wouldn't even try to go that route. Like, if he can't walk it the old school traditional way, he's not doing it.
Yeah, unless time leads to learning leads to a difference of opinion. Tiger might be like now, he might be like, shit, I was wrong, people. I was wrong. We should have given Casey a cart, should have let him be out there. Who knows?
They got to be able to, the guy's got to have money. It's like AI and shit. They got to be able to, clone a new back for him at this point. I don't grow one. Agreed. I don't know. Yeah.
But in regards to the road to Augusta, one of the things that I did forget about is as we made the April Fool's joke on Twitter today with Grant Horvath getting a special Masters invite, so ridiculous. But That being said, there was big news from the creator side of things where the creators were threatened by the PGA Tour.
Oh, no.
That they would be banned and suspended if they participated in this Live Golf creators matchup that they're doing, which is pretty cool because they each, whether you hate Live or not, like it's kind of cool that they're teaming up. They've got one creator with one pro, which I think the tour screwed up on. They should have done this.
Yeah.
They should have had each creator with a pro, and it would have led to a completely different dynamic rather than trying to buy into these creators as competitive golfers and watching them play.
Every time you say creator, God damn, I just can't even. I'm sorry. I've been in this space for a long time, and it's fucking influencer and this.
No, I know. And now it's creator. Creators.
Like, do they actually say that to people? What do you do?
I'm a creator.
I'm a creator. You know? not like the big guy up there, but a little different. Actually, yeah.
I'm an artist.
I do.
That's what they're going to be next. Yeah, they're going to be artists next. So we shall wait and see. But that did happen, by the way. I did reach out to a few people, and I can confirm that the creators were threatened. Now, it was not the PGA Tour media side. It was the tour committee, the competition committee that was threatening. And mainly, it was not confirmed to me that it was only pointed at Wes and to his brother, George. Yeah. But those are the only two that really have a chance at the PGA Tour. And it was for PGA Tour events. So it was mainly directed, in my opinion, towards Wesley Bryant. I mean, that's the only guy that's really going to make a PGA Tour event other than his brother, George. So
they threw a wide blanket, but they're like generally,
they
did it to everybody.
Yeah, they said it was to everybody. Now, they only reached out to a few people. So that should tell you a lot as well. But it was directed at everyone. Yeah, so that leaked. That got out to Flushing It on Twitter. Flushing It and us are not on good terms. So for me to corroborate the story and actually, back them up in terms of, no, this is real, this did happen, is saying a lot. So
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, not many people do. They're a UK group or guy. It's a guy over in the UK that has like live ties.
And you Twitter war him or what?
We've gotten into it over the whole Bryson thing and whatnot.
I'm just kidding, dude.
But let's talk about who do we like? Who's trending coming into Augusta National this year for the Masters?
Fuck, a lot of guys. Ludwig. I still think that the Mantis is maturing. Can't count out Keegan. I'm picking Brooksy, though.
So that was going to be one of my questions to you, is Liv going to be a factor this year at the Masters? And clearly by that answer, yes.
Yeah, dude, they will. Everybody shoots them down like they're not playing real golf. These are still some of the fucking best players in the world that absolutely rise to the occasion when they get in the octagon that is Augusta National.
Yeah, we've got John Rahm, we've got Joaquin Neiman, we've got Brooks Koepka, Bryson DeChambeau, and what I'm going through is basically the guys that can compete at Augusta National. Sergio Garcia has been playing really well over on Live this year, so that's a potential because obviously he's won the Masters before. Phil claims that, but Phil claims every single year that I'm playing great coming into Augusta. So we shall see.
What about
Cam
Cam Smith?
Yeah.
Are you just saying he's that ship sailed?
You know what's funny? Austin Whittington just chimed in just after you said that with Cam Smith has done well there. And I will say, Cam is one of those guys that has kind of, I don't know, man, last year they did well as a team, the Rippers. And this year, obviously, I'm not following Live Golf outside of what I see kind of on X. Yeah. And I really haven't seen anything in regards to Cam Smith. So I don't know if Cam Smith is really playing good golf. Like, I guess he's working at it and still trying. But like there's other guys out there like Dustin Johnson, so forth, who I hate to say it because this is cliche now on like Twitter, to where people have hated on Dustin Johnson, but I'm actually a big Dustin Johnson supporter. I love Dustin Johnson.
Absolutely.
And
One of the best.
hey, I'll go hit the ball, hit it again. Don't worry about it. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. And so Dustin Johnson, to me, I love it, but he has like literally gone into this retirement mode, which good for him. Like he's got nothing else to like show us, or I mean, he's already been one of the top players in the game.
Yeah, he's not going to beat Tiger's record. What the fuck else is there to play for?
And he won his Masters. Like that was very important to him. He won in COVID year and won in November on a very soft golf course, but he won. He's got a green jacket. He's part of the tradition. So it is what it is. I don't know if they're gonna have. They usually have a couple guys in the top 10.
We should do we got to do something on that. Yeah.
Let's do an over under right now.
Okay.
And we can finesse this. We'll do our final one on next week's show. But over under, how many live golfers in the top 10 at Augusta National?
3.
I think that's a good over under.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna say there's only gonna be 2 guys.
2.
That's where I'm at today. I'm gonna do a little bit more research over the weekend. I'm gonna look at like the actual what's going on over at Live, so I actually know what the hell these guys are doing over there, outside of just Twitter.
Yeah,
and we'll see come Tuesday if my mind changes. But Austin Whittington says the line is 2.5. Yeah, actually, you're right. We got to do.
Oh,
so I wonder, is that the actual line? Is there a line for this in Vegas?
there must be.
So let's just say the line is 2.5. Let's go with Austin on that. As of right now, I'm sticking with under because I think it's going to be Brooks and I think it's going to be Bryson that end up in potentially the top 10. And those are the only 2 guys. I think Joaquin Neiman still doesn't get it. Like he plays well out on Live on some of these courses. And I'm just going to say that they're not PGA Tour worthy golf courses that he's winning at. So I think he's going to end up finishing kind of middle of the pack, like 20s, 30s, like in that realm.
Does Phil finish in the top 25?
That's a good question.
What if Phil won?
What if Phil won?
That'd be fucking crazy, bro.
I would, believe it or not, as much as I troll on Live Golf and I am, what's it called? I've gone heel on Live Golf. I would love to see Phil Mickelson win again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would disrupt the entire golf world. Everybody be pulling for him. If you weren't, like, it doesn't matter if you hate him or not, you would fucking turn right back to being like, all right, I kind of want to see him fucking get this done. Like, that would be sick.
Austin says he made up that line for full disclosure.
Very believable. It's fucking very believable.
I was dialed in on that one, but it does have to be a 0.5. Well, actually, hang on. Let's move that then. Let's go 3.5. What would you say over under 3.5 in the top 10?
The 3's pushing it. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good points here. I mean, we do have John Rahm in the mix, man. Musbrucker, like, you're not wrong with that one. And Trott's not wrong either with Patrick Reed. Okay. He's won the Masters.
Yeah, and Rahm's the guy that's got to fucking fire up his ass right now, I'm sure, to justify his ability because he hasn't been able to do so on the PGA Tour. He's probably sick of being called a joke for being over at Live, so nothing would slap folks in the face more than playing well at Augusta. So he's probably been grinding.
I think Rahm, out of everybody over there right now, is the guy that it has finally hit him that I'm not playing on the PGA Tour again. Like, I think he's gotten into that mindset now that he is 100% Live and that this merger is not happening. Like, I think hearing some of his recent press conferences and so forth, I do think that he is officially locked in now because he's locked in contract wise, right? He's the most recent signing by Live Golf, getting that $600 million deal. And I think he thought he was going to come right back onto the PGA Tour and be able to start playing that year. And that didn't happen. And now this year it hasn't happened. So I think he has fully overcome that. And I think now it is all about the majors and just getting locked in, heading into the majors. So I don't know. Rahm is an interesting one. I think that'll be the key, whether it goes over 3.5.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think Brooks, Bryson are going to be the two that are in the top 10. I think you're going to have a sneaky one in whether it's Patrick Reed, Phil Mickelson, Cam Smith.
Cam Smith, bro. I'm telling you, he plays good then.
Who's the other one? I said Sergio, Phil, Cam Smith, Patrick Reed. So those are the four kind of. Somebody's going to slip in there, and then you've got Rahm.
I mean, there's more. There's more guys out there that can get it done as well. Like there really are. There's a lot of good players out there.
I totally agree on the PGA Tour side as well, obviously.
Yes.
So,
maybe G-Mac sneaks it in, man.
Fuck no.
He might. Ew.
Dude, him, Westwood. Sorry, guys. You guys are washed up, man. Fucking Westwood's never winning. Like that's a goddamn guarantee. Wouldn't that be funny? But how many missed the cut? That is another thing. And to Jeff Musbrucker's point, Waco Neiman, I don't think.
I gotta pee.
Like this isn't like what I was saying last week with Minwoo Lee, to where Minwoo Lee, I was like, I don't know if he's ready, but this is a golf course that fits him great. Waco Neiman, not only do I not think he's ready to win a major, but I do not believe Augusta National fits Joaquin Neiman's game. I just don't. So take that for what it's worth. Bubba Watson is not going to make the cut. So to your point, Trot, does Bubba break 75 either day? Potentially, but he's not going to make the cut. Man. There's some live golf guys that, are names that I just don't see. I just don't see them playing well at Augusta National. But there are guys like a Phil Mickelson that could be surprising. Yeah. That could end up being a top 20. But again, I do think Rahm will be the difference, whether or not there's four guys in the top 10 for live golf.
About Bubba?
Fuck no.
No chance at top 25 for Bubba?
Poor Bubba. Bubba's fallen off, man. Bubba had the knee surgery. He just hasn't been the same since.
Yeah.
I just don't see it for Bubba. But on the PGA Tour side, let's talk about some of the guys we like on the tour side of things. I love Rory McIlroy heading into this week. I don't give a shit about the elbow. I don't think it's going to bother him.
Yeah, no. I'm with you on the foil hat theory there. Just something to lower the expectation and free him up. It's like, might be a little secret up his sleeve shared with Tiger. I mean, who knows? Like,
could you imagine, like, if you're in front of the media all day long, you could really figure out ways to manipulate the media.
Yeah.
Because they run with everything.
Yeah.
So it's just like, dude, that could be something that would be interesting to see if Rory really does have an elbow issue or anything like that. But I love Rory this year. I think it's about goddamn time Rory finally gets the monkey off his back. And he's been talking about, especially in that press conference where he talked about the elbow, he also talked about different things that he's doing heading into Augusta. Like, he's not just sitting there doing the same thing he's done every other year. He keeps trying to change it up to figure out a way to get it done. And I like that. Like, don't continue to do the same thing over and over again and keep failing. Learn from it, try to figure out something else. So
I think he should show up to the first practice round with a cast on his arm.
Or in a sling.
Yeah, no, like a full cast, and then like have the caddy kind of hit it with his lob wedge and like break it off, and like he just perseveres. Like this whole hero story around how he's playing on a completely ruptured, broken A4 or whatever the fuck you want to call. I don't know what's in the elbow, but yeah.
Question. So this is a good one from Jeff. Terrell Hatton. Any
Ooh.
good at Augusta or not a good fit? Well, good old Hatton. Is he even in the Masters this year?
Good question. I do not know.
Like Trot, I'm throwing that one to you, man. Our unofficial researcher, Trot Golfer. We're throwing that one over to you. Is Terrell Hatton in the Masters this year? This is one that I don't know. I don't know if he has enough points, if he got the invite, anything along those lines. But Terrell Hatton is actually, I wonder what his record is at Augusta. I don't know it off the top of my head. I don't think he's good on greens like Augusta National. Like there's special putters out there that putt at Augusta National really fucking well.
Yeah.
But those greens are 13, 14 on the stimp. There's so much slope to those greens that you do have to kind of look at, not only are they a good putter, but do they putt well on slope? So are those greens very undulating? Are there a ton of break to the greens? And I don't know if Terrell Hatton is great when it comes to putting on greens like that. So I'm going to say I'm out on Terrell Hatton. I don't think he's going to be up there in the top 10.
Okay.
What do you think?
Spieth.
Spieth. You think it's his resurrection?
I don't know. I mean, we've talked about this. It could be. He could come back from it.
I'd love to see
like
it.
JT. I mean, it'd be cool if he plays. It would just be cool to see him play well.
I agree with that.
Yeah. And then fucking dunk one in the water again. Start all over.
12 on Sunday.
We are all over again.
We are sick in the
Three
head.
shot leads.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my God, Peter. He has done it again. The entire gallery's gone quiet.
He's absolutely laid the sod over it. What must be going through his head?
Can you imagine? How do you even hit the next one after that? That would be.
Dude, what's sad is I can actually like envision it right now. And here at the 12th, we've got Jordan Spieth, his tee shot. Oh, no. Oh, I don't think that's going to carry there, Butsy. Oh, it hit the bottom of the hill.
It would be like watching just a huge murder scene. Like everybody be quiet.
And he's dropping from the same spot he did in 2016. And oh no, laid the sod right over it in the water. Didn't even make it halfway past the pond. Oh boy.
Somehow Jordan Spieth has boarded a private flight adjacent to the 13th fairway. He just walked straight to the jet.
Folks, we don't know where he's going, but we're going to have to put a DNF on this one. Did not finish.
I would be fucking gone.
Man.
Mm-hmm. Fun to think about. Very sadistic, but fun to think
it's
about.
Very fucked up.
Yeah.
I would love to see the resurrection, though, of Jordan Spieth. But you know who I'm high on this year, heading into Augusta? Probably more so than anybody else.
Who?
I'm back on the Justin Thomas train.
JT.
I saw something from him under pressure where, granted, Hovland didn't give in when they were playing the Valspar. And sure enough, Hovland ends up taking the victory. Justin Thomas looked a little shaky on 18. But Justin Thomas, dude, he's figuring it out again. And I feel like his game hasn't left completely. It wasn't like a Jordan Spieth where he just lost it. It wasn't like a Ricky Fowler that lost it. Max Homa lost it. Like, Max Homa came up today. Dude, the dude's falling off the face of the planet.
It's making a weird move. Making a weird fucking move. It's just weird. I'm no one to talk. I mean, fuck.
It's confidence, bro. Like he's lost his fucking confidence. And when you do, this is a very tough game to play.
Yeah, especially at that level.
Yeah,
And
very
people
much
expect you
so.
to be a top guy and you didn't got it. That's got to be miserable.
Oh, it's got to be absolutely brutal. Obviously, Scotty Scheffler is coming into this coming into form. And I think he's going to peak right at the perfect time for Augusta. And I would not be shocked at all if he ends up winning. And when I say that, I just noticed in the comments, Trot, you threw in there, what about Xander Schauffele? I don't love his game right now. I don't feel like he's in form.
What about Wyndham?
Well, no. No, because Wyndham, I don't like Wyndham's game at Augusta National.
Okay.
And you know me, I'm a big Wyndham fan.
That's why I said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Curious what the theory was there.
I don't like his game at Augusta National, that's all.
Okay.
He fades the ball too much, and as a righty at Augusta National, you got to be able to hit draws, big draws.
What about Ricky?
Ricky's got a shot.
Yeah. Top 10.
Yeah. I think he has a real shot at it. He's been playing a lot better. The putter looks good. The good old lab putter. Dropping dimes. What else? Who else? I feel like we're forgetting somebody on the PGA Tour side. What about Billy Horschel? Dude's been playing some golf, man. Under the radar. Remember with Chris DeMarco, another Florida Gator, pulled it off at Augusta?
Mm-hmm.
Could we have a Chris DeMarco type year from Billy Horschel?
Maybe Chris DeMarco will win. I mean, there's got to be how many of the legends are playing? Is Long Hard Banger playing the anchor?
Oh, he's got to be.
Yeah.
Oh, it was bad. Oh, hang on a second. I got it. Oh, Trot Golfer just mentioned to us, Ricky Fowler's not in. There you have it.
Oh, he has to like win this week, right?
I don't know. He's not even on. He's not on the top bunch of guys. That's weird.
It is weird.
It is weird that Ricky's not in. Luckily, Jordan Spieth doesn't have that problem as a past winner.
Right. He'll be able to play.
Yeah. Toasty. Toasty has some problems, man.
Not a fan of that little thing that he did.
You talk to guys out there, and he doesn't have a lot of fans in terms of like other players.
Dickhead.
Gets really pissed off. A lot of the guys don't like him. A lot of the caddies don't like him.
He's a
great player.
Big.
Got a lot of game. Got a lot of game. But I think he would absolutely lose his head at Augusta National. Some of those putts, short game. I'm not in on Toasty at all. I think he's got a long ways to go before he competes in a major.
Apologize, Maddie. My brain is a little. Yeah.
I'm just looking at the list, and I don't see
what
Ricky Fowler.
What about Min Woo?
I'm going to say what I said at the beginning of last week. I don't think he's ready. But does he have the game to do it?
Yeah.
Yes. Does he hit it far enough? Absolutely. Can he hit a draw? Yes, he can. Is he a guy that sprays the ball from time to time? Yes. Can you get away with that at Augusta National? Yes. Dare I say, Min Woo's got a chance?
I think he's got a pretty fucking good chance.
Dude, what if Min Woo Lee, let's wrap our heads around this. What if he won last week, wins the Masters? Is he on a different stratosphere popularity-wise?
Yeah. Yeah. He becomes like the new Scotty, like the new guy. Like there becomes two twin towers walking around out there. Now Now there's two dominant forces. Now there's a rivalry. Then there's, you know, if Xander pulls his head out, and then yeah, but Min Woo's just loud enough to hold that spot if his record supports it.
I think so too. I think he's got that arrogance to him, that cockiness. That's like you have to have that. Yeah, I agree. Where it's like, put the spotlight on me. Yeah. I'm ready for it. It's like when a baseball player goes and plays for the Yankees, and they love the spotlight. Like it shows. And then there's guys that absolutely fold under the spotlight. So
Scotty does it with silence, right? Like he's just a smooth killer, and that's how he holds it. But Min likes to talk some shit and be a little funny out there and acts like he is supposed to be the guy.
Yeah.
So I could see that.
Let's talk a little anchoring. So Bernhard Longer, he is playing in what might be his last Masters. But that being said, did you see Eugenio Shakara and his anchoring? Oh, and then Bernhard, he's got the tit now because he's got like that old man tit. I got some titties. So, I mean, he's got that thing pinched up. And I'm just like, holy shit. How are they not like this is for such a rigid sport in terms of rules.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like this is golf. This is like the most rigid rules in the world, right? There's a rule for fucking everything. How in the world do we have rules and literally they're not being enforced when it comes to the goddamn anchoring rule? I don't get it.
It's real.
It's wild to me.
Yeah.
Like Trot has really brought me into his little universe with all of this around anchoring. And now that I'm exposed to it, I'm just like, I used to hate the fact that golf was so rigid with every rule possible. And most rules go against golfers, right? It's like you kind of get screwed by the rules of the game a lot of times. But shit, they are just letting these guys do it. Nobody is freaking like saying a goddamn word, not on the broadcast, not on anything. And
they don't give a fuck.
No.
It's like out of everything. I don't know. There's a lot of shit like that. Like you can fluff your 3-wood in the rough behind the ball. Nobody really says anything about that. There's a lot of little things like that, and they do not care if he is stuffing that hand in that Mr. Burns titty. Not at all. They don't care.
It's so bad.
This kind of is what it is at this point. Like they don't care. They obviously don't care. They're not going to care.
Chikara, it was like there's a Getty image of his like knuckle like pressing against his chest.
Yeah.
And he just won the DP World Tour event. So it's just like, what the hell are we doing out here? It's like, get your shit together, guys. Come on. Right. Let's make golf rigid again. I was talking with somebody else a couple weeks back. They're like, let's shrink the game again. Let's make it small. Screw all these people that are out here playing on a Sunday.
Absolutely.
I was like, I'm kind of in on that. I used to be a big grow the game. Now I'm like, let's shrink the game. Just kidding, folks. That's a joke.
Sort of.
Before people start chirping me, going, he wants to shrink the game.
Sort of. Kind of does. I do.
I do. I'll just hit the ball and go find it again.
I don't like idiots out there. I mean, it's kind of pot calling the kettle black, but yeah.
Man, that is all I got for the road to Augusta. So, folks, next week we are going to have our normal time, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific time, live broadcast and on all of our streaming channels. That is going to be our master show. However, actually, I don't know if I can announce this one yet because I'm not sure it's official yet. But we may have a companion show on Saturday.
Oh, yes.
At an event where it is a Masters themed event next Saturday. So be on the lookout. We will announce as soon as we know for sure that it is happening. But it'll be a pretty cool environment. Butsy and I will be out there, and we will be doing a companion podcast next Saturday during the Masters. And we will bring you our commentary.
Be pretty fucking cool if we did that. I think it's a good idea.
I love it. I think it absolutely needs to happen, and hopefully it does.
Yeah, we'll work it
out. So we're just waiting on approval. It literally it's I would say 90%.
That's positive.
Yeah. So if you enjoy us, you're going to be enjoying more of us during the Masters. So next week's going to be a very big week. We can't wait for it. And that's kind of where we're at the moment.
Hit the fucking like button too. Like, please.
Yeah, hit the like button, folks. Subscribe to the podcast. We greatly appreciate it. I think I'm going to go hit the music button. What do you think? Before we sign off, let me hit it. I'll be right back.
Make me feel better. You do not feel good.
Peace out, everybody.